From Phoenix, Arizona, 5'9", Andy Steinberg. From New York City, New York, 5'11", Aries Spears. From Phoenix, Arizona, 5'10", at center, Steve.
Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the fuck it is?
Aries and Andy, Jew and the Jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut cocaine. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Fuck being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Scribe, we lit.
There's levels to this shit. Before you was sucking on your mama's tit.
Aries Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism.
Sexism.
Much love to my loyal bitch bag holders.
Rollers, clip loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
If this was actually NBA, though,
Yes.
I'm 6 foot. That's what they would list me at.
Really?
Yeah, don't you know they always list everybody taller than they are in the NBA?
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, you're 6'1", 6'2".
I'm 6'6", nigga. I'm Jordan's height. So, Steve, after I say the "Oh, Steve," play the music, and then I'm going to count us out of that, and then cut in what me and Andy just said just now.
Oh, shit, it wasn't recording.
That's hilarious, but it was recording on that. All right, go ahead.
No, it's recording. I just wanted to go, oh, Aries.
Oh, you were fucking with me.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
No. Oh, no. This is my punishment. This is what
Just a bit outside.
Dude, I know.
Cleveland.
You say that it's not true, but they all sound wet as fuck.
Nigga, it's my ass that they're coming through. It's a dry rub.
Dude, I'm telling you.
You just saying that because it's got that on
yeah, it has that sound.
No. It's a moisture sound without the moisture. All right.
I thought that pussy was wet because it was making a moisture sound, but that shit was dry.
No, pussy's different, though, dog. That's a different chemical balance.
Different pH?
Yeah, trust me, I know all the chemicals, nigga. Nah, I done fuck some desert pussy, nigga. I done fuck some desert pussy.
Have you ever fucked desert pussy in the desert?
No, but it wouldn't be dry because it'd be wet from humidity.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello, ladies, to the podcast. Jeremy White. God. Hello, Aries. I'm a huge fan of you, Baltimore, Maryland. I've heard your views on God and suffering on your podcast. I want to share this info with you in the link below. Hopefully this will help. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask me. Jeremy. He sends me a link. I'll check it out, Jeremy.
Oh, you're going to check it out later?
Yeah, later.
Okay, you know what? I just want to say this because we forgot, because we did these out of order because of the yesterday's pod, which is with the pastor.
Yes,
but we didn't.
The pastor.
Pastor.
No, you said pasture.
Yeah, I realized.
Those motherfuckers is laying out to rest.
Yeah, and some cows are going to come by. But we didn't bring up James Caan and Paulie Walnuts.
Oh,
so I wanted to, before we got too far, to
rest in peace. Somebody, Andy said something very interesting. We were driving to the club, and I was like, "Yo, you realize like Paulie Walnuts, Ray Liotta, and James Caan died. 3 gangsters." You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, death really comes in 3s. And then he goes, death comes in 10s too, if you open up the books. I was like, that's weird. Why does death come in 3s? It's like, dude, death comes in 10s. Comes in any number. Motherfuckers die every day. James Caan, man, holy shit. So even when they shot Godfather, he's older than Pacino, right?
Yeah, I think so. They're close to the same age, but maybe a few years.
And Paulie Walnuts, he looked frail, man. He looked bad.
At the end, he did. Yeah. He looked like he wasn't doing well.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get his real name?
Tony Cicero.
Tony Cicero.
Come on, man. Don't fuck with me.
Okay, there you go.
You know I'm a Sopranos nigga.
But Paulie Walnuts, he probably has the best gangster name.
Paulie Walnuts.
Yeah.
And that's all he ever played was gangsters.
Yeah.
He never played anything else. Hey, Paulie, we're gonna fucking heaven. got into a spot here at the fucking heaven. It's not like the Bada Bing. I mean, the angels, they're covered up. They don't got the tits and nipples showing, but it's pretty fucking cool in here.
Well,
Right.
how would you have him play a surgeon, though? That's what his character looks like.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to...
With that hair.
The hair and the whole thing. This guy, this guy's dying. I can't save him. What I don't...
Akil Kadash. Sup, A&A. When you guys disagree about white people being naturally into doing evil/bad shit, I used to agree with Andy, all races do it and have done historical. But I recently changed my mind and now agree with Aries. A preemptive hush your gums to Andy before he jumps in to tell me I'm wrong, or come with his catchphrase, wait, hold now, that's not what I said. Yes, all people do bad shit, but I feel like only white people do it for fun. Seems like they get off on malicious shit for it's not even the action. It's like enjoyment comes from knowing it's detrimental to others or even nature. But when people who aren't allergic to the sun do shit, it's done due to being victim of circumstances created by you-know-who. Even historically, before the rhythmic retards global fuckery, when tribes did cultural fuck shit, they did it in believing it was for a greater good, a benefit for the people. A human sacrifice is a misguided attempt to please God, spirits, nature. When whites did it, it seemed like it was for selfish reasons. To quote the GOAT DMX, there's a difference between doing wrong and being wrong. Black people just ain't got that same grievous gene. Look at how even all the evil shit black people have been through, we have only ever asked for justice, equality, and acknowledgement, not revenge. Question, give me your first initial gut feeling, no overanalyzing. If things were reversed, Africans scratch that. If any non-whites were to colonial, fuck.
I can't say it.
Like colonize.
Colonize, yeah.
Yeah, this nigga wrote colonize. Whew. The world instead of the Europeans, do you think the world would be the equally as bad? Y'all niggas make my throat hurt. I think we would have the same amount of issues, just different ones. Like black features will be the standard of beauty, but women will be getting ass reductions to be exotic. R. Kelly wouldn't be locked up because he had a better education, learned how to read, being able to have a conversation with grown women, or not just munch out the back of a little kid's ass. Downside is he would be just Robert Kelly and never made them hits. MJ still become the GOAT because the man will too dominant is written in every multiverse. Only difference is when his dad dies, he retires to take his place as an African king, only getting 3 rings. Coming to America never gets made. Instead, it's Coming to Africa, starring Louis Anderson fighting the one gay guy in Wakanda. The fuck did I just read?
He was being funny, I think, at the end.
Yeah, I know.
So it was an attempt.
Okay. Dude,
You're not supposed to put a lot of thought into it, or I'm not supposed to. I'm just supposed to comment on it. You can put all the thought you want into it.
He should have put a lot of thought in writing this.
He makes good points. He makes some good points.
It's hard, maybe because I'm reading it, and you're the passenger looking out the window. I'm the one having to look at street signs and turns and signals with fucking a mask on. Jesus.
Throughout history, there's been power. How about this? I'll say it this way, and this will be the easiest way I can say it. Throughout history, the people that have been in power have always run over everyone else. And that's the reason why all those people never stay in power, and it falls apart at some point. So to answer what I've said the whole time is power, the power structure is what causes this. And all people are capable of this. But I'm not denying some of the things that he said. But I stick with any power structure where you have absolute power, it will devolve into what we see.
Right. Okay.
And if you don't fix it, then you end up disappearing. That's really it.
All Alejandro Gilmore, first-time emailer. Welcome. Hello, Aries and Andy. I've been listening for about 7 months now and been enjoying the hell out of the podcast and been binge listening ever since. You guys are the funniest OGs. I know and really appreciate everything you guys talk about, from movies, politics, and music. One thing I do want to mention is that Aries talks about how there are no good rappers of the current generation, but I would disagree with about 80%. Just to name two, Pop Smoke and Juice WRLD. Specifically Juice WRLD, who has one of the most talented especially Juice WRLD, who was one of the most talented in the current, who always spit bars from the dome, which also include his music and freestyle. There's a video on YouTube where hear freestyle for a whole hour off the dome, nonstop, and also change his flow during it.
Try to read it like with your rap cadence and see if that changes it. Try to do it in a cadence.
A rap?
Yeah, a rap. So maybe that will make it sound better.
It's kind of hard to do it in a cadence like that if nothing rhymes.
Yeah, and well,
yeah.
but you can put the bars in, but put the rhymes in. Then redo it for him.
Dance, nigga, dance.
No, I just know. I know you have the skill level to do it.
I'm fucking with you.
Because he's talking about bars, so.
Yeah,
it would take more time for you to do that.
There's
See, I just too used to you dropping your DMX on everybody.
Yeah, but enough about that. Stay breezy, Aries and Andy. P.S. It's my 21st birthday, but also just found out my girlfriend's pregnant, so big day. Oh, congratulations, brother.
Happy birthday. What a package you just got.
What a what?
What a package you just got.
You said package.
Package. A present.
I know, but you said package.
Okay, well.
Jesus Christ. Andy talks like you niggas right.
Maybe I'm catching it. Maybe I caught it.
Oh my God. This is a different. Okay. Alejandro Zapata. God damn, okay. Two Alejandros. Yo, Aries, please read. What's going on, guys? I saw you both live in New Brunswick almost 2 months ago. You guys were funny as fuck and very friendly when the show was over. This is my second time writing in, and hopefully it actually gets read this time. I'm about to find Ronald Williams' new wife, seduce her, and fuck her just so he can beat her up and get locked up again. Damn. Just so I don't have to hear you guys read his emails again. I saw Mayor of Kingstown, and the only problem I had was that he is probably going to end up with that bird bitch prostitute instead of the district attorney. She might be younger and better looking, but she is damaged goods, and my man is going to try to be Captain Save-A-Ho. If you read my other email off air, I think that was him. Are you the same, Alejandro? I still think Andy is interesting enough to be interviewed by Vlad. Love the podcast. Keep up the good work. P.S. I bought a shirt from you and Andy. I wore the McDonald's shirt to Walmart, and a white dude said to me, hey, you know McDonald's is spelled wrong. Then he asked me if that was Ice Cube, and I said no. Then he asked if I was racist. I asked him, is it? And he got confused. Truthfully, I thought he was a little McDonald's himself. so I ain't said nothing else. Oh, and then he sent the pic. Okay. Yeah, brother. Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I don't think Vlad does interviews with people who people want to see. No one wants to see me.
It's not that nobody wants to see it. You just aren't.
I'm not famous.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
a
don't
name.
say that nobody wants to see you. Don't devalue yourself, brother.
No one if you don't know me, why would you want to see me?
For the same reason that people see people who they don't know to begin with. There's a beginning.
Yeah, but
it has to start somewhere.
But Vlad needs people that already have started.
You see this white deprecation? Boy,
that's not self-deprecation.
It is.
It's the reality of the business.
Okay. The reality of the business is before you become famous, you're not. So you got to become famous.
Right.
So that's to start somewhere.
Like we watched The Offer and they didn't want to give Al Pacino the part. I'm Al Pacino and the whatever Vlad is the head of the studio.
How did it turn out?
It turned out good because you got on it. But,
all right then.
But there ain't no one.
All right then.
There's
no buts.
No.
All right then.
Yeah.
Damn it. Like a coach, nigga. Let me see your war fights. Randfoot's here, writing to inform you niggas that I've been in the cabin devising plans on insurrection. Just wanted to let you all know I am still here. I am still listening. It was just a lot going on. And then he puts a comma. See, this is what I like. People that know how to write. Thank you, Rand. The slave nigga is the most articulate in the bunch. My good friend Shamora can tell you, LOL. Just settling into a new home for me and my family. Puts a period. A proud moment for your boy, comma, who was born and raised in the projects, period. For all the new listeners, keep this podcast growing, comma, into my nigga Ronald, comma, praying for you, my nigga, comma. It gets rough, period. Aries and Andy, keep up the good work, my niggas, period. Thank you, dog. I don't have a fucking migraine. Man.
Nice email. It was
Very
nice email.
And when you write it right, I can read it right, and I don't look like a fucking idiot.
And I don't have to feel your agitation coming off your body.
Man. Some of y'all write like my nut hairs all over the place.
You don't keep that shit trimmed?
Nah, son. Nah, my shit. Fuck that.
You got a nest?
I got Donald Trump's dome, nigga, on my ball sack. Oh.
It's never been done.
It's never been done. Devin Johnson. Is that you? Ding.
No, it must have been you. It's you.
It's me?
It was you.
Oh.
Isn't it? Or it could be the iPad, I guess.
Oh. Hey, Aries and Andy. It's DJ with your next move. Oh, no, this is the nigga. This is the creative nigga. Damn. This is DJ with your next one. Here's a preview. Andy is a respected restaurant owner and has been breaking records for the best food ideas.
I like it.
Aries is a college basketball coach that treats his team to a dinner at Andy's restaurant.
Like it.
The movie starts with Aries ordering the Jordan Game 6 meal, comprised of 6 chicken strips, chicken tenders, and the restaurant, and sees his rival team, the D. Ray Davis Dicks. The movie plays out with Aries wins championships with his team, Aries Cox. Meanwhile, you stop liking it, huh? Okay. Meanwhile, Andy
I still like it, but it's we got to work on the names.
Okay. Andy has given him insight throughout the season and has a big celebration for Aries winning and invites the coach and all teams. D-Ray is still mad from losing and says, my dicks are better than your cocks. Aries' favorite line of the movie is, when you cock the ball back, come into the shot and let it fly. You clocks should know that. LOL. Preview over. Anyway, thanks, Naish, for believe in the professor. Ex-Lego joke.
I think the first 4 sentences there's something
There's
promising.
something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This nigga's movies ain't too good. Okay.
What is the food that I make had so much power in it
Mm-hmm.
that it led you to the championship over the? Are you over the dicks?
Championship over the dicks. Yeah. What's the food?
I don't know. Well, 6. I was thinking for you.
Right.
This would be because I know how you eat. So I think it would be grits with 6 shrimp underneath a layer of cheese.
I'm not mad at that. Angel Afaro. Watch Artie Lang nigga joke on YouTube. I wanted to hear you and Andy's opinion on this clip of Artie Lang on the N-word. If you guys could play it and talk about it on Thursday's emails, I would like to hear your opinions. Is this the one about the basketball?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me this joke. Funny.
It's
Fucking
very funny.
Funny.
But it's funny also because this is where comedy and context are very important. Because there is no, it isn't him using it in any way that is to be demeaning, to be from a past,
Right.
from anything. It is in that moment. And that's what my joke is. It's in a moment that it isn't anything felt in any way whatsoever other than the word itself.
Right.
But that's have you seen it though?
I've never seen it, but you tell it to perfection.
I would love to. I kind of want to pull it up.
He just.
Yeah, no, I know we don't need to. Go ahead. But maybe, you know what? You should keep some of these emails like that where it's about a video or something. Maybe we should have an episode when we go through these videos.
Well, maybe we could play that instead of the music guest.
Yeah, maybe.
Have Steve play that.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Dave Band, Aries the singer, the new Gemma. Dear Aries and Andy, a.k.a. the Jew and the Jerk. The Jew and the Joik. Aries, I've been a fan of yours since your guest spot on A Different World. And Andy, you're growing on me, LOL. I have a couple of questions, but I just wanted to chime in on a couple of things. First, to follow up from about a week ago, as I'm writing this, on the ranking of female Mad TV actresses at their prime, my personal top 3 is Alex Bornstein at 3, Deborah Wilson at 2, Nicole Parker at 1. Nicole Parker? That's interesting. Also, John Sally tried to get big in the mid-2000s. He took over Steve Harvey's radio show and failed miserably, in part because he was trying to fill big shoes. That was pretty much the end until that disastrous Bad Boys spinoff, LA's Finest. I didn't even know that existed. Anyway, my first question is about Gemma. I think I know someone who will knock her off her perch for you, big man. There's a wrestler, fighter, singer named Nikita Lyons who's blowing up in the wrestling scene. It's an easy Google, but here's her IG for you to pursue. My second question is about your voice. I was listening to your No Sex in the Champagne Room parody from Mad TV with Phil Lamar, No Blacks on the TV Screen. Great work, by the way. And it made me wonder if you ever thought of branching off into music the way Jamie Foxx did. I could easily see your CD in the racks at Sam Goody in the early 2000s and beyond. Thank you for taking the time. Keep up the laughs and discussions coming. Brent from the LBC. Yeah, man, that's a fantasy that I've always had. But I know I'm no singer. You know, I don't fool myself.
Oh, is this your self-deprecation? Is this the what? Is this?
No, this is truth. This is truth.
No,
I'm not a singer, dude. I'm not.
So are a lot of people that have hit songs, not singers either. They have.
Well, if I'm just going for the money grab and some scamming you.
No, but you have a skill level. Whether you think that it rises to the level that you would hold yourself to, on the same category or same height as some of the best singers, is what you always would want to hold yourself to.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that can put out a good song, sound good, and not necessarily be that on that level. There's nothing wrong with that level, though.
Keith Sweat has entered the chat.
There's a lot of people. You have a skill level though that you don't admit. You do have a skill level, and you sing. You said you don't have a voice. Your voice is decent, and when you drop bars just to do it for fun, you're good at it. So if you put time in it, you could do it.
I was just trying not to be vain and be on my own dick. I'm a genius.
You could do it. You choose not to though, because I don't think that it would reach the standard that you would hold yourself to.
Right. Okay. It's better when other people say that. I'm gonna go Jew on Jew crime. This is from Corey J. Jew on Jew crime. What's up? I'm representing the San Francisco badge holders. Oh. Okay. First time emailing, but have been listening since you appeared on Drink Champs. This question is more for Andy. We always hear about black on black crime, white on white crime. Is there Jew on Jew crime? Thanks for reading. Yeah, it's when two Jews fight over a bagel and they lock noses, and it's like a sword fight, but with their noses.
There was an old joke where it was, how did copper wire get invented?
How did copper wire get invented?
Yeah, two Jews fighting over a penny.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yes, of course there's Jew on Jew crime, and Jews do fight with each other. God, I don't believe I'm going to say this on this podcast because it's I told you in confidence about this because it just happened recently. But yeah, there's some Jew on Jew crime where I was on a flight and there were some Hasidic Jews on the plane that were irritating me. And so, yes, I felt like I could have partaken in some Jew on Jew crime at that moment. But yeah, there is. Of course, there is. Proximity. Can you say that word for me?
Proximity
is a reason that crimes are committed. So, yes, of course. I can't say words, man.
What a waste of white skin.
You want to try it on?
Not yours, nigga.
It hasn't given me anything.
Oh, man. PG Jane Elliott. Hey, guys, this comment is based on the Hustle episode. I think it's nonsense when Jane Elliott says give reparations to Native Americans first. I think they have reparations because they were given land and many casinos based on their land. Here's something I never hear people talk about. Slave owners receive reparations. They were given $300 for each slave they own. $300 back then equals to more than $10,000 now. Also, Japanese Americans were given reparations and got an apology from Ronald Reagan for their incarceration during World War II. They were given $20,000 each. I think this was in 1988. Jews were also given reparations by Germany, but that's another country, so it doesn't count. What does count is the $12 million that was approved for them to get back in 2013. The Obama administration approved a 5-year aid to survivors. There were about 150,000 survivors living below the poverty line, age 65 plus. If I'm not mistaken, I think it only went to them, which will help their families generate wealth. I think the time has passed for reparations because there's a lot of people who are black and come from different countries in America. The only way it can work if it's worded in a way where it goes to every black person for the trickle-down effect it has caused. From separating families to Africa to slaves in the Caribbean countries, they would need to be paid out by multiple countries like France, Spain, and the United States. Oh, by the way, go watch them since we're on this topic. Peace. You look puzzled.
Yeah, because he brought up countries. The United States is one, but you also have to understand the Dutch are part of this. Brazil's part of this. There's a lot more countries that have a deeper root into this than you just mentioned. That's why I said from Jim Crow there, because you can pinpoint exactly who you know who they are. There was census. There's names. Names weren't changed. You can service this. What words do I want to use here? You can actually pay out however you see. When I said this, it's not always just about a check too. You could also make all the children from that time period from Jim Crow. You can give them free college. They can get grants and they could go to college. There's different ways to do this, not just an out and out check. And I'm not saying an out and out check isn't proper as well. I'm just saying there's more to this. And it's about accumulating wealth, not just giving wealth. Because if you put people through college and they can move in that direction, then there's more wealth that could be accumulated. I just think that this is a short-sighted way of looking at things a lot of times when you say you can't. And as far as the Native American Indian, which is supposed to be called the First Nation, not all tribes got a casino. Not all tribes get that money. There's some very poor tribes in this country. So I do understand what she was saying. I just think that with some thought and some effort, this could be done correctly. But I also did bring up when we did talk about this, there is a worldwide need to have reparations for what happened in dispersing. This is a nice way. I hate that I'm going to say this, for stealing black people from Africa and bringing them to other countries. That's a better way that I can say it. And that's worldwide. Then there's many countries that should be taking part in that.
I know some niggas out of Baltimore and Detroit that in terms of reparations would just be happy with chicken wings and free crab legs for life. That them Merlin crabs. That the Merlin.
That's from the Lexington market.
Yeah. Okay. Switch it up a little bit. Austin Wheeler, Marvel question. What's cracking, Double A? I hope you remember me from my previous emails that I've sent in after a few drinks because I write in when I think of something while listening to you two. But I have a question. Obviously, LOL. Do you think other superheroes would have gotten the same reaction if they told the city they were in that they were who they are, like when Tony Stark told everyone he was Iron Man? Would Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Peter Parker, even though he didn't tell New York that he was Spider-Man but got exposed by Mysterio, do you think they would have been accepted and loved, or was it just Tony because of how flashy he was? Keep up the good work. Love the podcast and always stay breezy. Awesome.
I think it's because of how flashy he was. They were willing to accept him as a billionaire superhero man.
You think if Bruce Wayne exposed himself, they'd accept him too?
No, because he doesn't have any superpowers to defend himself with either.
Yeah, he's got all the gadgets he needs at the exact moment he needs them.
Yeah, but he's also considered an anti-hero in a way.
Right.
So no
Well,
one.
could you imagine? I wouldn't want to tell people who I am because then the demand. If you don't, the demand would be so ridiculous for you to save every life and right every wrong, and you could never please people.
Well, and then if you didn't save somebody, then they would call you out for being
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You're gonna do good. You should keep your face covered.
Well, that's and then also with the bad guys to Spider-Man's situation,
Right.
then he has people in his life that he's worried that they'll go after.
Oh,
and you would
there's
have
that
to,
too.
yeah, you'd
Right.
have to worry about that.
Right. CJ Donovan, quick question for the pod. What's up, Aries and Andy? I have a statement followed by a question. When you guys mention MJ, oh boy, this nigga that said, we talking about LeBron and MJ. When you guys mention MJ and compare him to the greats of today and the days of the past, I feel you move the goalposts. What? Why are you willing to excuse MJ for his douchebaggery and mention that a great is only a great when you take into consideration the totality of the athlete? You seemingly quickly dismiss Kareem and his 6 rings because he was aloof and angry back in the day when MJ is not a nice person either. Well, no, sir. MJ was media friendly at a time when the NBA media-wise was really starting to blow up. MJ and cable came in kind of ushered at the same time. Magic and Bird saved the NBA, but through the emergence of cable, Michael Jordan was able to take it to new heights, and he took advantage of that by making himself accessible. Kareem didn't make himself accessible. He was aloof with the media. You know, he shunned the media. He was nasty with the media. Michael Jordan was never nasty with the media. And if you pay attention to The Last Dance, and I said this, one of the smart things about Michael, he knows when that camera's on what to do. When he was getting bombarded with questions about, Michael, are you coming back? And he even said, you know, I'm tired of answering these same questions. Are you retiring? Are you retiring? Are you coming back? And at one point, the reporter asked him the question, same question, in a different way to try to trick him up. You know what Mike did? Mike goes, I love you guys. Smile, ding. That beautiful smile from that then young, handsome fucking guy. That helps. That helps. Kareem was not like that. I told the story. Norm told me the story. When Kareem was in a restaurant and a dude came over and asked for an autograph with a pen and a pad, Kareem took the fucking pad and threw the shit across the restaurant. That's the difference.
I got another difference too.
Okay.
Kareem was won his first championship in Milwaukee.
Okay.
At a time where you couldn't get out of an NBA contract. You were basically the teams.
Right.
And they let him go.
Right.
So what does that tell you about his effect on, when we're talking about basketball, overall basketball, that's part of being overall basketball, how you move through the NBA. He
Right.
wasn't. If he was everything, and listen, Kareem is in my top 5. He's
Mhm.
my number 1 center. So it's
Of
not
all centers.
of all centers. I know you like to give it to Shaq, and I can't do that because you can't put him in the game at the end of the game. But yeah, he didn't move the NBA. With his talent, his greatness, he could have, and he chose not to.
And not only that, when he went to the Lakers weren't winning until Magic showed up. Whereas Michael, I know this is where I can hear some people going, well, Michael didn't win until Scotty. Okay, yeah, you need a team. But, I might be shooting myself in the foot with that one.
Yeah, I don't think you are. There was a team had to be built. There was nothing there. And Jordan stayed and had that team built by the organization.
I don't know that without Magic, Kareem wins. I think if you didn't put Scotty in there, somebody Scotty-like, I think Mike still wins a ring.
I guess the question is, could Jordan make another Scotty? Because did Jordan make Scotty? I mean, Jordan,
to a degree.
Jordan didn't win without Scotty.
Right.
But Scotty wasn't Scotty until he played with Jordan for a few years.
There you go.
Magic was already Magic. Magic came in.
There you go. Winning a championship out of high school, championship. This is what I say about Magic, which is so mind-blowing to me. That motherfucker won on every level. Championship in high school, championship in college, championship his first year in the fucking league. Who does that? Your rookie year without your center.
I think Jordan is the greatest basketball player. If I'm drafting, my first pick is Magic. Because if I don't get Jordan, I can go get Kobe.
Okay. Right.
And you can't have Kobe and MJ on the same team because that doesn't work.
Right. And another thing, Michael is not known for douchebaggery. Like, that's his constant personality. You might hear one or two isolated incidents, the Chameleonaire incident, the incident recently with the kids. But for the most part, all the footage I've seen with Michael, taking pictures with kids in wheelchairs, I Have a Wish Foundation. Michael's not more douchery than he is douchery. Kareem was known for being a douchebag.
He was just known for being aloof. I wouldn't call him a douchebag. I mean, he did some.
Well, when you take a fucking piece of paper that somebody asked for autograph, you throw it across the restaurant.
You don't know how. Listen, I'm not trying to defend anybody for being an asshole, but we don't know that the guy who brought that paper up wasn't an asshole when he brought it up.
That's true.
We don't know. So I don't see, from everything that I've heard about Kareem, even back then, I don't see him being an asshole unless someone came at him as kind of an asshole. I could see him say, no, I'm not going to do it.
Right.
And the person continued to shove that paper in his face, and I can see him throwing it. I don't know. I wasn't there, but I also understand. I watch you walk through this, when we go to cities. I mean, most people are respectful. Most.
Yeah.
But it only takes one asshole to ruin your day.
That's very true. That's very true. I
should even say it. It takes one asshole to ruin everyone else that wanted something from you that day.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it can't take one asshole to ruin your dick, though. I know it's immature. It was unnecessary. The mayor of Kingstown, this is from my boy Dewan Curse out of Philly. The mayor of Kingstown, the offer, and Right Hook Ronald. What's up, fellas? Y'all make it hard to keep these emails short. First of all, if you don't have Paramount Plus, get it. It's worth the subscription. The mayor of Kingstown had me like, what the entire fuck? When white bitches get turned out on screen and sold to niggas for pimping, it makes me not want to keep my pimp hand strong. Hot damn, that show had me on the edge with each episode. The offer. If you are a true fan of The Godfather, this show is an absolute must. I wish you guys had a way for all of us to live interact as you discuss it. A lot of the stuff you covered, I agree, and some I have my own opinion. Either way, it was a great fucking show and brilliantly cast, a must-see. Now for the main course. A loose cooch, spit, and right hook Ronald. How is this woman still breathing? She's giving up the gooch to anyone and everyone, got nasty and spit in this man's mom's face. All that bitch badge holders are going to come for me, but this BBB is turning into a BBD, brutal beatdown. Even if your mortal enemy's mom walked by, you gave her respect. And if she said something slick, you always respond in a kind with a no ma'am or yes ma'am. This nigga Ronald is a saint for only giving her 2 black eyes. That's my time. Keep your pimp hand. Fuck it. Keep your damn spit in your mouth and you won't get 2 black eyes. Dwayne.
Aren't you going to compliment his penmanship?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was, and it was multiple, and he still got them all.
It wasn't a he, a scroll from the deuce to one curse. Do. Yeah, it wasn't long.
And I don't know, because some of the bitch badge holders aren't against what he's saying.
Yeah. South of Sunset. Oof. William Johnson. So, Aries, I was wondering if you could talk about South of Sunset. I need the origin of that shit there. 1993, nigga. Boy, what a time. What a time. My first TV show, hour-long action drama, shot on location all over LA. Slim, trim, 6-pack, CBS, major television. It's getting $40,000 a week. Damn. If only that motherfucker made it. Damn. Show like that, 5 years, you good. It's a wrap.
Oh, if it goes into syndication, you're paid.
Oh. I remember and they aired, again, only the one episode. When I tell you I had a fucking bag full of fan mail from one showing. Girls galore. At primetime shit, don't get me wrong, Mad TV, Saturday nights, Fox, that's one thing. Prime time on a Monday through Friday, 8 to 10?
Dude, what did they do with the other episodes? They're just sitting in a can somewhere?
Yeah, sitting in a can. Bye-bye.
You can't buy them?
Nah. And matter of fact, I think you could go on YouTube and look up South of Sunset and they'll show you a couple episodes. That budget was $1.4 million a week. 1.4 a week. The first day we shot was right on Rodeo in Beverly Hills. I remember getting out my trailer. I had to be there at 6 a.m. The crowds that built, because we had an action scene. A dude was chasing me and shot out the car window with a shotgun. Squibs, guns, Beverly Hills, day, the fucking crowd, camera. That's why I say shooting in New York, on a city street in New York. Oh my God.
What was the other dude?
Glenn Fry from the Eagles.
What did you like him though when you were on it?
He was a super nice dude.
So you guys got along?
Yes, but couldn't act for shit. He was the downfall of that show. That and those 3 things worked against us. His attitude, the California fires, and being up against Home Improvement. We got murdered.
And didn't they put your show? The first episode wasn't it on against some sports event too?
No, they advertised us during the World Series.
Okay,
so we had all that attention, and then one episode gone. Fuck.
Who saw? Even if it wasn't great,
right?
You don't cancel it after one episode unless someone.
You don't cancel it unless. Listen, the fires we couldn't control, so we didn't air in California because that's all that was on TV. But you know,
oh shit.
There's the fucking maids there. It's the fucking housekeeping. What do you want?
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, you don't curse out the network. You know, you don't raise hell against the fucking heads of the fucking studio.
And he did that?
Yeah, man. And then so if it'd be one thing if he did that or if he didn't do that, and yeah, we still had the fires, we still got our asses kicked by Home Improvement. They give you a shot, $1.4 million per episode. We did 13 episodes. That you do the math on that. They don't want to throw that shit away. Of course they would have kept us going, even if we would have ran the first season and got canceled. But yeah, dude, you don't curse out the heads of the fucking network and think you're going, nah. So.
But see, that's the difference too, because Glenn Fry didn't need the money.
No.
He didn't need the money.
No.
He said,
Hotel California. He said.
But at least a young dude.
I'm telling you, man, I've had the strangest fucking career. But I will say, I thanked him for giving me my first floor seat Laker tickets. I told you that, right?
No.
Yeah, he said, he called me one day. He said, I got season seats to the Lakers floor. I can't make it tonight. You want to go? I said, hell yeah. And this is back at the Forum, Magic. And Ivan was with me. So this is the first time I've ever been to a professional game. Ivan's ever been to a professional game, and his stepdad was a Lakers fanatic. He was so jealous. Him and his best friend would, every time the Lakers play, would sit in front of TV with beers, and they loved the Lakers. So we go, and it was the Lakers versus the Milwaukee Bucks, Vin Baker. And I remember we're sitting on the floor, and at one point, me and him yelling like little kids, yo, Magic, get him with the hook shot. Hit him with the hook shot, Magic. And Magic went to the sky hook and went in, and when he backpedaled, he looked at us and went, I was like, yeah. So that was cool. But yeah, Glenn was a super nice dude, man. Just,
It didn't work out.
Didn't work out. And the person who auditioned for his part that he was up against that almost got it, but they picked Glenn because he had the bigger name. I know you're not going to know this guy's name when I say it, but you'll know his character when I tell you. Clancy Brown. You don't know who that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shawshank Redemption. He was the guard who was going to throw Andy Dufresne off the roof.
Really?
And Andy told him about how to get the tax money.
Yeah.
He was up for that part. And I auditioned with him. And Clancy was dope, man. Clancy's solid.
But he didn't have a name.
Yep, it was him or Glenn Fry. So that's Hollywood for you. They picked the fucking rock star who couldn't act over the guy who could act his ass off. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to showbiz.
So everything changes if they go the other way.
Oh. My career, I'm the all shucks nigga. My whole career has been all shucks. God, if Damon Wayans, again, a guy who didn't need the money, if Damon Wayans didn't go, nah, fuck this. Fucking The Underground, the sketch comedy show on Showtime.
Because they wanted to renew it, right?
They wanted to renew it. But he didn't like something about the deal, and he was like, nah, fuck it. Oh, shucks.
Dude, but how many, honestly, though, and I'm not putting your aw shucks down towards anybody else's aw shucks, but isn't that don't a lot of people have? Do you know other people that have similar situations to you or no?
I know everybody experiences some, but it feels like I'm the poster boy for it.
Yours feels personal.
Personal, nigga. Jerry Maguire, I told you. I made shit up. Cut. Cameron Crowe, Tom Cruise. Yo! Bow! Daps me up. Renee Zellweger grabs my face. Mwah, kisses me. The shit I made up off the dome. Cut. Why do fools fall in love? I'm at the table. Me, Lorenz Tate, Vivica Fox. I'm Red Fox. I made some shit up. Fucking Vivica and Lorenz dying. The director, Gregory Nava, is a dick. Cut. Oh, shucks. If I was on Saturday Night Live, pew, Mad TV, oh, shucks. I'm the all shucks nigga.
Was that a rap in Pume?
Pew. Yeah. Out of here. This is Hollywood. But then you hear these stories. I think they said George Clooney had a record, 40 pilots before ER. 40 failed pilots.
And he was on Roseanne.
And he was on Roseanne. So when it rains, or hopefully it storms. That's why I say, man, this business, you got to be crazy to do this shit.
Dave Chappelle's still waiting. I mean, he had his own show, but I'm saying out of
right.
the sitcoms.
Right.
He's still waiting for his sitcom. He had a ton of
He had the one with Jim Brewer.
Yeah.
That one when he did with Jim Brewer.
that they thought was going to go, but that was
Right.
up against Home Improvement too, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I remember he had told the one story about how the network kept trying to force a white character on the show. And he didn't want to do it. But they were forcing him. They were like, either take this character or we won't do your show. And he said, fuck it.
See, I don't agree with that unless I was the white character.
Right. Anthony N., Gemma Rival. What's up, y'all? I had to throw a dog fight in this with the IG models. Aries, I sent you his profile once on Instagram. But show Andy this chick and see what he thinks compared to Gemma. I personally think she's all the way around better. I'd be nervous about links. It says Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Should be all right?
Yeah. Then you just hear all your money disappearing.
Oh, shit. Who is this?
That one right there. That one.
Wait a minute. Face, though. Like the face?
Not on that photo, but I'm not going to judge just one.
I don't like that. This is a hotter one than me. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow. She don't blow Gemma out the water. Nigga, ain't nobody gonna replace Gemma, but goddamn. Ooh, yeah, I know you like that. Oh, hell yeah, I know you like that. Damn. She looks Latino, right?
Yeah.
Latino. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm not mad at her.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
She doesn't look happy though in the face.
Most women don't when they know they got to give up the goods.
Gemma doesn't have tattoos though, does she?
No.
I like tattoos though.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Not the whole body covered, right?
No, I like the arms. I hate tattoos on boobs, man.
Yeah.
Boobs don't need anything extra.
Exactly.
They came with boobs.
How about on the ass?
If it's something, all right, but it doesn't need to be there.
Right.
But it doesn't need to be there. I like the arm. I think arms look really good.
Right. Okay. Read one mo. This dude sent me this email, said, Aries, I love said, but he stole this right from you. This bit. The bit I do about the kid in the room, my Nate.
Yeah.
You've heard me do that bit, right?
White kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very eerily similar. All right, fuck. I was trying to see. The rest of these are like fucking either Right Hook Ronald's
What's
leftovers.
Oh, that's
That's
just different.
Yeah, that's. Oh wait, no. Oh, it just says dude was asking me about getting tickets. Yeah, the rest of these are like residuals from either Right Hook Ronald or the Riddle.
Well, then I guess we're done.
Yeah, I just was trying to squeeze out one more piece of doo-doo.
There's no other IG model that competes with Gemma? To you?
I told you, man. What's my girl's name? Oh my God. Come on, this is my girl. I'm about to do with her like you did with the comedian. Fuck, man. I love this broad too. Oh, motherfucker. That's how much Gemma has eclipsed the competition. I love this broad, man.
And I think Gemma could like eclipse something.
Hey.
She can block a lot of light.
A Miradime.
Oh, yeah, you told me her.
A Miradime, dude.
I think that's more balanced for me.
But she's tall, though. You could tell she's tall.
And it's balanced, though. I like tall girls.
Right. You just don't like women with Sinbad body.
No. It's just too much.
A Miradime is, oh, God, a Miradime. Oh, you know what's funny? And I know a lot of the brothers, y'all know this one. Her name is Parsippany. I showed that to Andy in the car the other day when we were driving to the club. This motherfucker used the word. He said, it's just unnecessary. This bitch was in a bikini, titty meat everywhere and thick. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Parsippany. Ain't fat, just thick and voluptuous. This nigga said, it's just unnecessary. Wow.
It's more than I can work.
Oh, man. Sometimes you got to swim in it, play in it, live in it. Man, get lost in it. Okay. I'm gonna read from my girl, not B, not the one that we normally just B. B Jackson. Nice and short. Hustle episode. Hey y'all. Hey Aries. So I'm 6 minutes, 16 seconds into the episode, and already I have anxiety about this riddle. Yo, Andy, it's not that deep. White people will argue some shit to not be wrong, no matter how ridiculous they sound. LOL, damn. It's a riddle. Either you understand it or you, Andy, don't. Anyway, back to the show. Hugs and kisses. Love y'all, B.
Okay, this is it. I already said that the Aries, that's the answer to the riddle. I've said that. I don't agree with the riddle. I think it's poorly written. I don't know what's so hard about that. And because you agree with the riddle, you think it's right, but I don't agree with the way it's written. It says X and then it says lose. That's a problem. It's a problem. And how do you know when you read a riddle, it's supposed to give you you can come to a conclusion by the riddle. I don't know that he didn't get in a car accident. His girl broke up because his girl was fucking, maybe his girl was fucking Right Hook Ronald.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's pissed. He gets into a car accident and then he loses his job. And because of that, he loses his house. The riddle doesn't answer the questions that need to be answered for me to be able to answer the question. So
Right.
That's it. Now, am I arguing it? I already said Aries, that's the right answer according to the riddle. I don't agree with it though. There's a difference. Who's
Well,
this?
there you have it. That's the same girl.
That's the same one from.
Yeah, that we just went to.
I liked her. That looked like
She had nice feet too.
but that looked like what she was wearing was like a white tie.
Ooh, look at that camel toe. Damn.
You like the outer preview.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, I'm telling you. Listen, hats off to you guys that are faithful. One day I want to grow up. But Jesus, I tell you, man, if you really only get one go around at this, why would you do this to yourself? One. Just one. Man, it should not be made to feel one moan, hear one moan, feel one gyration, experience one shade, one areola size, one nipple length.
We don't. You experience what you experience, and then you make a decision based on what's good for your life.
Okay, that's you. Okay, that's an adult way of looking at that. Phew. God. What's your favorite food? Your favorite food, like something you just love.
Pasta or pizza would probably be my favorite food.
Okay, let's say pasta. Is there a certain kind like spaghetti and meatballs, lasagna, Alfredo?
Let's just go spaghetti and meatballs just because I know where you're going.
All right. Every day. And that's it. Won't you go crazy?
I say that it's like a buffet. Like life is a buffet, and then marriage is you get to go to the buffet and you get to look at everything everybody else is eating. You get to smell it,
one dish,
but you have to eat that same thing for the rest of it.
That defeats the whole purpose of a buffet.
Make sure that you've been to the buffet enough that you know what you can live with for the rest of your life eating.
Wow. You hear that, Dick? What can we live with?
You don't have to be in any relationship whatsoever. You can live your whole life without being in a relationship.
That's such a cruel existence. Like there's pros and cons to both. Ain't nothing like new pussy, the excitement. But there's a comfort in old socks. I mean, if you got a piece of pussy that's your old socks, that's comforting.
I'm not going to disagree with you about it because who would want to open up their gifts on Christmas and all their presents with something they already had?
Right. Yeah. New wrapping, but the same
thing. It's not a new one of those. It's
Right.
it's the old one that you had just rewrapped and given back to you.
Right.
I understand the premise, but if you really like it, you're going to be happy that it's returned to you.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm just in a good space.
All right. Dates.
Oh, dates. Listen, guys. Oh, this is. Well, I got to go back in time. So,
And before you do the dates, to give you guys a heads up, because I think that's what we want to try to get in the rhythm of doing now. July 29th, and there's two things. One of which Andy brought to my attention. It's a series on Showtime produced by Nas about the drug dealing dudes. You know the name of it?
I don't know the name of it. I'm sorry. I forgot. But I can look it up.
Yeah, please. Because while you're looking that up, I'll tell them about the one I do know. July 29th on Showtime is a documentary about New York City, street New York City point guards. And it's called New York City Point Gods. Man, this preview, we will be talking about this. And I love that title because I think it's called a double entendre. There's more than one meaning. Like New York City Point Gods, like is in New York slang. Yo, what up, Kate? Yo, what up? Yo, Tariq, what up, God? Yo, what's up, God? So they're playing on the street vernacular that's New York City. New York City Point Gods. But they also mean gods in the biblical sense. Like these dudes were gods, man. That fucking title is dope. And when you say it, New York City God, sounds like some shit a Bostonian would say. Hey, did you see that fucking documentary on Showtime about the basketball guys? It's fucking incredible. They're fucking the greatest New York City point guards. My name's Bobby Patterson, by the way. You gotta see it. New York City Point Gods, July 29th on Showtime.
I haven't found it.
You haven't found it?
No.
But the thing that Andy was talking about that he can't find is a 10-part series. And it's about two dudes out of New York, drug dudes. Why don't you just look up Showtime?
I guess I can.
Yeah, just put in Showtime documentaries. You could even probably put Showtime documentary Nas and it'll come up. I promise.
Showtime documentary Nas.
I'm telling you, Andy, I know I'm right, dog.
You do it.
Nah, fuck that. You got the phone in your hand.
Yeah, but you said probably, and so it put in probably when I was doing it.
Oh, I fucked you up.
You didn't fuck me up. It just did it.
And this email episode is the second week, right?
Showtime documentary Nas.
What happened?
You started talking again.
Oh, so shut the fuck up.
Showtime documentary Nas. Supreme Team. Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Supreme Team.
It's called Supreme Team. And it's July 29th on Showtime. I'm telling you, these are going to be two great watches. And, you know, I stumbled on, I didn't even know there was a documentary. I'm telling you, man, Showtime is not fucking around of Mics and Men, the series about the Wu-Tang. I saw episode 1 the other day. I'm going to jump back on that. That shit was dope. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I haven't seen it all the way through, but I know it's good.
Okay. Dates.
Oh, dates. Damn. Okay.
Now.
So you are listening to this hopefully on the 14th, and that's the same week. Aries is in Kansas City the 15th through the 16th with
Gerard Guillory.
And then we'll be back reunited the 21st.
We united and it feels so good.
21st through the 24th will be at the Blue Room Comedy Club in Springfield, Missouri. And then the 28th through the 30th, we're at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte, North Carolina.
So I play the game. You want to play the game that way? Don't play the game. I'm just a country boy from North Carolina. Break.
And then August 4th, I will be at Mic Drop Comedy in San Diego, where they're giving me a one night to headline. So if you could come out, I'd appreciate it. But if you can't and you want to see both of us, we'll be there from the 5th through the 7th at Mic Drop Comedy in San Diego. Good friends of ours, open a club. Please come out and support their club no matter what, if you can, if you're in the San Diego area. August 11th through the 14th, the Chicago Improv, that's ironically in Schaumburg. And August 18th through the 20th, we'll be at the Stress Factory in Bridgeport, Connecticut.
All right.
I thought we were going to do the Artie Lang.
No, we are.
Okay.
I just was prepping something else.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm just in the middle of trying to type something up.
Does this have to do with Gemma?
No. All right. Oh, God. Okay. So instead of a musical guest for this one, we're going to play Artie's joke, which is a good joke. So strap in, boys and girls. Oh, before I even do that, just ask your opinion about something or ask you what you might think it is. So did you see the post I put up about the Quentin Tarantino movies?
Yeah.
And I said, of these movies, which one didn't contain the word nigga? And it was Inglourious Bastards, Kill Bill, Hateful Eight, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, Django.
The last one with Brad Pitt.
No, that's Inglourious Bastards.
No, there's it's the other one with Brad Pitt.
What other one?
Brad Pitt's in it, and so is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And Death Proof or Death, whatever that was. Do you know which one didn't contain the N-word?
It's either Death Proof or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
It's only Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
That's the one.
I didn't think Death Proof had it either. I didn't think Kill Bill had it. I didn't think Reservoir Dogs had it. And everybody that wrote in went, nope, they all had it.
I knew those had it, but I wasn't sure about Death Proof because I haven't seen that in so long. I can't imagine Kurt Russell saying it, so I don't know who said it.
No, it was Sidney Poitier's daughter.
Okay.
Who's in the movie. And one of the points that someone made was, and you know, this all sometimes bothers me when black people do this. One brother said, hey man, people see it in real life, so why not in the movies? I don't care. Look about all the black people that he employed, whatever. But then one person made a great point, was like in the movie Pulp Fiction, he says it 8 times about dead nigger storage when they shot Phil Lamar. And they went, did you need it? You couldn't have done that moment without dead nigger storage. You needed to say that.
I told you, and I stick with this, that scene was one of the most awkward scenes in the whole movie. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel right. It didn't even feel like he was saying it in a way that he would really say it if he was the character, which could be just accounted for bad acting. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't necessary.
Somebody said, you know, it's clear he has a thing for feet and the N-word. Like he has a thing for feet and niggas. Like he just wants to say it. He's infatuated with that word.
I think first of all, in Django, do you notice it? I mean, obviously you notice it, but I mean, do you notice it being out of character?
No, it's dealing with slavery.
But so it fit. Like I never
absolutely
but
fits.
But when you say in Pulp Fiction, that one scene, it didn't fit. It didn't fit. It stood out.
But what? But this is why I'm going. He has to have an affinity for this word. Every fucking movie.
Well,
you're finding a place for every movie.
Well, the last movie you did. You just said he didn't put it in.
Right.
But with the characters that he played in, what's the other one? Damn it, Jackie Brown. Isn't that one?
Yeah.
Is it out of place in that?
No, because of the conversation for where it is. The conversation between Chris Tucker and Sam Jackson.
So can you define it that it's how he writes that he would feel that this conversation was going on? The only time I feel it was added unnecessarily is when he says it. In
him himself.
In Pulp Fiction.
Right.
And I don't know if it's because the acting wasn't good.
Right.
And I'm going to say I didn't think he was the best actor in his movie.
Okay.
But it's the way that it was written. I don't know. I go back to Django because that's the most I think it's ever been said in a movie. And but I never went. And you do go, damn, that's a lot saying it. But
given what it is, it fits.
It fit. It did. It never felt like it.
Right.
So.
Okay.
I think the movie would have been weirder if they tried not to do it.
Right.
And then the character, what's the lead actor in
John Travolta?
No,
in Pulp Fiction.
No, not in Pulp Fiction. In Django.
Oh, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx's character wouldn't have had the same bravado,
Right.
the same. You wouldn't have got the intensity that you had without that.
Right.
So I'm. How about this? Let me ask you this question. Then let me ask you this question: would it be better in these movies if he had a co-writer, and then they would go, okay, well, the co-writer put
Well,
it in.
no, because you wouldn't know who his co-writer was.
Exactly.
Right.
But he's writing to the character. And again, the only time I felt the character that he was writing to that was out of place was his.
Do you think he says it because it makes him feel and look cool?
I don't
I'm
know.
a white guy who gets to say, nigga, my movies are cool anyway. So this adds a layer to my coolness.
I have the joke that I have it in there, and I don't feel cool saying it. I feel almost, that works against me. Like know how uncomfortable that it makes me even before.
But your whole joke is predicated on the awkwardness of it.
Yeah, but I didn't write it for that reason. I wrote it because
No, but like what you're saying about Django, it fits.
Okay.
Contextually, it fits. The joke is about an awkward moment. So you're not supposed to be cool.
But I don't know. So I'm just saying I don't know. I think I have no idea why I think he tries to capture the character of the character. I don't, of the personality of the character. I don't know.
Right. All right. That's just oddly convenient to me.
It is, but if you don't notice it, but it fits the character, and when I say you don't notice it, it doesn't seem out of context for the character, then how can you put that on him?
All right.
I wouldn't do it that way. I got to be honest. I wouldn't.
Right.
But I'm not, I don't know why he does it. Has anybody ever asked him in an interview?
No, but I did see an interview where it was, I guess they were promoting Pulp Fiction? No, Django. And, it's Sam Jackson, him, Jamie Foxx, and Leonardo, and they're all sitting in director's chairs. And somehow it got brought up, and Sam Jackson, they kind of looked at Sam to justify it, but Quentin did all the talking, and it looked awkward. It looked like Jamie and Sam were like, we've been cast, we got paid, he's a powerful director, no harm, no foul. It felt awkward.
But when I think about that movie and I think about Leonardo's character,
yeah,
and there's a conversation that takes place with Leonardo, who was uncomfortable with it at first, and so that's very meaningful when you see that part. But Leonardo and Jamie Foxx's character don't work without that kind of conversation going between the two of them. But I'm sticking on one film because this one is the most it was said, but I think it's very obvious that it fits into the characters. But that's what makes the word doesn't make it. The conversation makes it. And you can't get angry with Leonardo the way that you get angry with him without it.
Listen, once the director yells action and I'm looking at that final product, listen, the man's movies are amazing. I'm just going, when it's every fucking movie, there's something deeper going on with you in that word.
The one that I say that it's Pulp Fiction. It doesn't feel.
No,
it doesn't feel.
Reservoir Dogs was nigger storage. Pulp Fiction was Jeremy Stoltz talking about having his drugs and niggas. Like, I don't sell that cheap shit. If you go down to blah 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 for to get the niggas, that's Jeremy Stoltz in Pulp Fiction when they're trying to put the needle in the chest. Dead nigga storage is Reservoir Dogs.
No, it's not.
Oh no, you're right. You're right.
It's when John Travolta blows the head off of.
Then even more to the fucking point. Eric Stoltz says it too. In that scene, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's telling John Travolta about his drugs, my quality of drugs. You go down to the niggas for that. You don't come here for that. I don't sell that cheap shit. So yeah, there you go. Even more.
I think that one's out of character in that one movie. That one movie I could definitely say. I saw it and I went, that if you notice it so much that it takes you out of the movie, then it wasn't done right. Then it wasn't needed.
Right.
And that's how I felt in that one. But in the other ones, I can't say the same thing.
Right. All right, y'all. Here's the Artie Lang joke. Enjoy this great nigga joke.
That wasn't how I wanted that to come off at the end, by the way.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. If you'd like to know who's responsible for this shit, it was hosted by Ari Spears and Andy Steinberg, produced by Steve Merrick and Anthony Holmes, executive producer, Big Papa, Robert Kelly, and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit spearsburgpod.com.